James Polivka.
I apologize for having such a long walk up here. I first would like to say I know who my senator is, and I'm aware that I only have one of them. All right, I didn't plan to speak tonight, and I'm glad I made it before the cutoff. In the Congresswoman Gifford's shooting, one of the two men that wrestled Jared Lautner to the ground and stripped him of his gun that he used in the attack was also carrying and concealed at the time. He assessed the situation and determined the best course of action was not to draw his weapon, but was to attempt to take down the suspect. Another man who was carrying concealed ran over to the scene and held that man at gunpoint. The man who now held the gun was held at gunpoint until he determined that man was not a threat. Both of these men acted the same as our law enforcement officers are trained to under that situation. If none of those men took action to stop Lautner and had waited for the police, Giffords would be dead today. And more than 6 people would be dead today. There would have been dozens of people dead if they had waited for the police to arrive. Sheila Jackson Lee went on national TV and used the second man as an example as why citizens should not be allowed to carry arms, citing that he almost killed the wrong man. That man is a hero. In her eyes and some of the people that spoke against this bill, the only people who should be armed are law enforcement. And the general perception is that gun owners are a bunch of irresponsible people that are trigger happy and would shoot a speaker who they didn't agree with just because she had a different view on this issue. That is not the case. Unfortunately, the law enforcement does not always exercise the proper restraints that they should. In the recent Christopher Dorner manhunt, the LAPD opened fire on 3 different citizens who did not fit the suspect's description, and their vehicle did not fit the suspect's description. Yet this happened. Here in Greeville County, 2 officers opened fire on a man that was holding a glue gun. They fired 24 rounds. 8 of those rounds struck the suspect. The other, that leaves quite a bit that missed. Now, I'm not going to condemn them for firing 24. I don't know. I was not there. So, but I don't believe anybody here would say that's an ideal situation. I'm sorry, this is jotted down notes here. I scribbled. A paramedic once told me he had no responsibility to save my life. A good officer of the law will tell you he has no responsibility to protect your life. That responsibility is mine alone. It is my responsibility to protect my life, liberty, and property as my God-given right. My home state is Ohio. That state is a swing state. It went for Obama in this past presidential election. They recently passed a bill allowing concealed carry in schools, allowing teachers and trained school personnel to carry concealed on school grounds. I think it is a shame that the state of South Carolina does not have legislatures legislators that can do this. We have a Republican-held House, a Republican-held Senate, and a Republican-held governorship. We're supposed to be a conservative state. We're a deep red state, but we can't get simple, sensible gun legislation passed through the Senate, or through Congress. I know who in front of me supports these measures. I know how many people who are registered Republican who do not. That's a shame. Thank you.
Well, this is the first one that we ran out, and I hate that everybody's not going to be able to speak, but we have to give up the room. But I do appreciate y'all being here. I appreciate y'all for the input, and you encourage me. Thank you.
Thank you.